Everybody's going viral and you want some of the action. But let me really ask you, are you really ready to go viral? There are some things that come with going viral that I don't think people anticipate or take into consideration when they are chasing the trend of going viral. And I want to talk about it today. So I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible, but knowing my long-windedness, and I have a lot to say on this topic, we're going to see how long this video is, but I have my notes right here, so I want to make sure that I hit on every single thing in reference to you going viral. So a couple examples of people that have gone viral and it has really drastically changed their lives for the better is Keith Lee, Tabitha Brown. I also saw someone that her name is, I don't even know if this is her real name, but she went viral from being Corporate Erin. And I'm mentioning these people. You may know of them, you may not. You knowing them or not knowing them is not necessarily important, but a new creator recently went viral and it is all over everything. They went viral on TikTok and they did a series called Who the F Did I Marry? And this person posted over 50 parts of whatever their story is or their experience has been with marrying this person. I personally have not watched the series, so I have no idea what she even talks about or what she covers, but I will say that it has been the talk of Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, YouTube. She is everywhere. She's everywhere with this Why the F Did I Get Married series that she has created for herself. One of the things that has been very big in reference to her going viral is the fact that I guess she recently posted that she's made almost 6 figures from Cash App or whatever it is that she has that's allowing her to monetize this opportunity. And she's made I think it was the last time I checked, it was like $80-something thousand off of her sharing her story. And first, let me just say, get to the bag, okay? If you're going to share your story, get to the bag. And she's just one example of what can happen whenever you go viral on your platforms. But I want you guys to really be mindful of what comes with going viral, okay? It's not what everybody makes it seem, especially at the beginning stages. And what you don't see are the things that happen behind the scenes that are not as actively talked about and that's not as widely known if you're not put in that situation. So the reason why I'm even making this video is because of the fact that I've seen a lot of people, specifically in the online business space, that have been pushing for people to share their story. You see, I don't even know her name, but you see this girl, she shared her story and look how well it's doing for her. This is your opportunity to share your story, make your own series, write that book. I feel like no matter what happens, someone gonna turn it into a business lesson, but that's besides the point. And I'm seeing a lot of people posting on Facebook that they are about to share their story and they want the opportunity for their story to go viral. But I want you to understand that just because you are sharing your story doesn't mean, for one, that it's going to go viral. And two, if your story goes viral, are you prepared to become the face of your story and the face of that situation, for example? And before I go into the cons of going viral, I do want to go over the benefits. So you can get exposure, obviously, if you go viral. If this girl, she has over, I want to say 1 million TikTok followers now from her posting this series. So obviously she's getting a lot of exposure. I wouldn't be surprised if she ends up getting invited for media attention, on the news or wherever. People come from the woodwork when you go viral and they find a benefit in having you on their platform. You also get revenue and money as a result of going viral if you play your cards right. If you play your cards right, because just because you go viral, it doesn't automatically mean that you're going to make money if you don't know how to maximize off the opportunity. This woman obviously knew how to maximize off the opportunity. She already had her TikTok account. Apparently, she was already doing TikToks before this, so this wasn't her very first TikTok. She's already been creating content for herself. I seen, and this is literally I have not been on this woman's page. Y'all are making me want to go listen to her story. I haven't seen anything from her specifically, but I love the fact that she's promoting a t-shirt now, and she's putting things into place to maximize off the opportunity. So you could definitely make money money and revenue from exposure of going viral. And community building. She's gotten some people that are going to ride for her now as a result of her being bold enough to share her story on a public platform. And so there's a lot of things that come with you getting that type of exposure. But let's talk about the downside of getting that type of exposure. You get exposure. And so that means you are opening the door for people to share their opinions about what it is that you went through. Can you imagine complete strangers making reaction videos and making TikToks going over their opinion on your story? And you really have to have thick skin when you are in the game of creating content about you personally as a person and your personal experiences, because not everyone is going to agree with you. Just like this video, I wouldn't necessarily call this a reaction video because I'm not reacting to her video specifically. I'm reacting to the virality. Is that the right word? I'm responding to the reaction of the people who have made this situation go viral. That's really what I'm responding to. But there's all types of people making reaction videos about the situation and sharing their opinions. And this is the thing about social media and platforms like this, even YouTube. You are opening the door for people to share their opinions and perspective about what it is that you share. And you have to be ready for that type of opinion, perspective, that type of exposure. And I just feel that some people are not ready for that within their personal experiences. Because if you're still hurt or going through an experience that you're still healing through, and then people start bashing you or downgrading your situation or making you feel less than because of the fact that you did this, and that, are you ready for that? Because you may think that you're going to get positive feedback on your story, but that's not always the case. Sometimes anyone that has ever gone viral on TikTok know that your TikTok can end up in the wrong side and people will come for you. And I just want you to be mindful of that. When you are in the process of sharing your story, you have to have thick skin and be willing and okay with people sharing their perspective on what it is that you're sharing. Also, this can also become a safety issue if you're not careful. So there's been people that have built big brands, this is not even necessarily talking about going viral. This is just speaking in general. The more exposure you get on your platforms, the more of a safety issue it becomes, and you have to start creating other avenues or building out other avenues to stay protected, because we got stalkers out here. And people will literally try to search for every bit of information that they can find on you. And these are the things that you don't think about when you are chasing going viral. You're not thinking about the fact that someone may very well search for your name and try to find who you're with, who you know, where you live, what locate, like information about your kids, just all these different type of things. This is the real world. And I want you to understand that when you go viral, millions upon millions upon millions of people are getting exposed to you, the person, and whatever it is that you've shared. And this is something that I don't think people take into consideration. There's this one girl, I wouldn't consider that she's gone viral, but she has a very big platform. She has over 500,000 YouTube subscribers, for example. And she's literally had people call the places where she's worked, the places or brands that has tried to work with her, and basically lie and say that she's dangerous, she's doing this to her kids, you need to be careful with working with her, and calling CPS on her, and just spreading straight up lies, putting her address online so that other people who don't like her can come and find her. And she's literally had to take so many parameters around her safety because of people that don't like the things that she posts or just found a reason to just not like her. And so when you're sharing your story and you're trying to go viral off of you sharing something so personal to you, you have to think about the risk that comes with that. Also, with going viral, you could very well miss your opportunity to maximize on the opportunity of you going viral, especially if you do it on accident. A lot of people go viral on accident, and I don't think people realize this. It's always the piece of content that you didn't think that much about. out. And I want to say that that's what happened with her. Like, she just did TikToks all the time. Somebody asked her a question and she answered it and it turned into a series. It kind of happens. It just happens randomly. And I want to kind of talk about the missed opportunity. So let's say that this motivated you to share whatever. It might not even be your story. It could be, I don't know, like you just got inspired and was like, you know what? I need to play around with TikTok. I need to create my own series on this. But you don't have the things on the back end to set up to even get any financial return or get any community or get any type of results, as they call it, from you going viral. So I'm going to use myself for an example with a missed opportunity. Back when I was on TikTok, I have around 35 point something thousand followers on TikTok. Now I'm no longer actively posting on TikTok, but during the time when TikTok to me was like really, really big and I was like really enjoying it, me and my fiance just randomly made some like couples videos where we were just doing some silly stuff or just doing like the skits or whatever you call it. Like back when TikTok was real big on you doing skits and, you know, like the little short stuff with the sounds. And one of the ones that we did, we went viral about like a warranty, your extended warranty or something like that. And we hit like 1 million views, and another video did really, really well. And that one hit like 500,000 views. And we missed the opportunity to maximize that because, for one, we were not prepared. We had no idea we were going to go viral. And you hear a lot of people say that, like, oh my God, I didn't know I was going to go viral, da, 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 da. So we didn't have a way to monetize outside of TikTok. Like, we got paid from TikTok, but we didn't have a product. We didn't have anything attached to us going viral as a result. And so unless we were able to continue producing that type of content, we were going to miss the opportunity. We didn't have a YouTube channel at the time, so it wasn't like we could get those people over to our YouTube channel. We have one now, but we didn't when we went viral. And I'm saying all this to say, be strategic when you are showing up on social media so that you don't miss the opportunity if you do go viral. And another thing on missed opportunity, be careful what you're going viral on, because if you go viral on a topic that you don't want to become known for, like me, personally, I didn't want to become known for, making couples TikToks. And I felt like that was the brand that I was starting to build for me and Michael. And that was not the direction that I had intended for my brand to go. I decided to pull back from that because that was not the angle. That we were literally just doing it for fun. Same thing with our couples channel. Like, we don't necessarily have a big plan to monetize the couples channel. We just literally do it for fun. Like, it's a passion project. We show up when we show up. We don't when we don't. We're not really looking for a return. So if you are trying to post your story or trying to do something with the intention on it going viral, don't miss the opportunity when it comes up. Okay? I really want to advocate on you being careful not to become known for the wrong thing. And this is solely from a business perspective. You don't want to share a story, for example, like whatever, because we have so many different experiences in life. And like, let's just say you do websites, but you decide to hop on this trend because people are talking about their relationships. And then you hop on TikTok and you talk about a toxic relationship that you experience, and it goes viral. So you then have to ask yourself, do I want when people discover me or when people find me, do I want to be known for that story? Like, oh yeah, I found you because you was talking about your toxic baby daddy or your toxic da 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 da. And they want you to stay in that story and either go deeper or have a conversation about it and da 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 da. When really you really want to build your website business. You're like, look, I mean, like, yeah, that happened, but I want to talk about this. And so then you start getting media exposure, and they don't necessarily want to talk about your website business. They'll let you plug it a little bit, but they're really interested in what happened with you and your ex. You know what I'm saying? So you just really have to be mindful of what you're trying to go viral on, and think about your brand's identity as a business owner. As a business owner, think about your brand's identity. If the story makes sense for your brand, if you've dealt with some type of trauma and you've written a book about how you overcame that trauma or that bad experience, and you decide to make a series on TikTok or YouTube or wherever, sharing your story about that traumatic experience, completely different. That's a completely different situation. And it is absolutely okay for you to share that because it's a part of your brand identity. If you were to do a speaking engagement, you're going to be sharing your story anyway. So it makes sense for you to put that publicly on your platform. But if these stories that you are considering sharing have nothing to do with the brand that you are trying to build, be careful. Be careful. Do not be that person that accidentally takes off on something that you just was like, this was a moment. I don't even want to talk about that no more. I just thought it was cool. Everybody else was doing it. And now I keep getting comments and responses on this thing that I no longer even want to talk about. And then, depending on who is included in your story, they may come up and share their side or their version of the story. And this is another thing you don't think about when you go viral. And now you told this toxic story about your bad relationship or whatever. And now the person that you were talking to, even if you didn't name them, now you've built a platform for them to come and share their side of the story. And you may not want that side out there. You might be like, hold up now. I didn't tell you to come on here and share your perspective. Like, this was supposed to be about me. And now, because people nosy and people, like I said, if they find out on their own who the other person is that's in that story, they're going to find them and they're going to try to come and get them to come and share their side. And now you're creating a situation that you may not even have the mental capacity to understand or work through, if that makes sense. So be careful, guys. Be careful. I recommend stop chasing the virality trend or chasing the next trend that will potentially help you go viral. Focus on building a sustainable brand. And then if a piece of the content goes viral that was already in alignment with your brand anyway, that's wonderful. Going viral can be a wonderful thing when it is plugged the right way. And I want to end it with this. When you think about someone like Keith Lee, he created different types of content. And if you've never heard of Keith Lee, he's a guy that started doing food videos or food review videos on TikTok, and he went viral. He didn't start with that type of content. He started with other types of content, and eventually he did a food video. It did really, really well, and he decided to stick to that topic, and it has completely changed his life and his family's life. So when you think about that kind of thing, he's become known as a food reviewer or a food critic, whatever. He don't consider himself that, but that's what he's kind of become known for based on him going viral. And now he's doing food reviews primarily on his platform. When you think about those type of things, you have to understand that now, even though it was on accident, he's positioning himself to maximize the opportunity. He's blessing other people, and he's built his platform and personal brand still around his character. Because everyone that knows Keith Lee knows that he is a child of God. He's really big on plugging God in every single blessing, every single opportunity that he gets. He's very generous to blessing other people and putting them on the platform and making sure that other people bless them as well if they get good food or if they get a good review or whatever. Whenever you are creating your content and you are putting yourself in a position to go viral, make sure that it is about something that you don't mind going viral about, and make sure you have thick skin regardless of what may happen. Okay, so I'm going to shut up because this video is 20 minutes and I told y'all I'm long-winded. I want to hear your perspective in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are your thoughts on going viral, specifically as a business owner? I'm not talking about if you just work a 9-to-5 job, you just create content for fun, you have not built out a business. This is just personal. Like, you're just literally sharing your personal life. I'm not referring to these people at all, because if you go viral and you wasn't really doing anything beforehand, and more power to you, that's a wonderful opportunity. But if you are a business owner and you are focusing on building out your brand identity and creating a community around your brand and your business, what is your perspective on going viral? Leave it in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.